back. I had to come and react to this. I'm using this under fair use. Fawcett Media, y'all go over there, check it out. But we're going to go through a few of these. Well, I'm going to go through as much as possible. Because a lot of this stuff, this cat, Anton Daniels, is saying is crazy to me. Unbelievable how he even saying, or should I say, talking like he was the aggressor and what he would have did to Corey Holcomb. And I have to react to it and show this to y'all, man. So we could point out the reasons and the way of what he's saying is not true. Impossible. All the things that he's saying. We're going to go through this a little bit, man. I ain't even going to hold it up. We're going to go through this a little bit. Facts.
I don't do no sucking shit on me. I'm from Detroit. Say I'm right here, right now. I'm from right.
See, this the part right here. What I'm talking about right here. Hold on.
I don't do no sucking shit on me. I'm from Detroit. Say I'm right here. Now, I'm from right down. Right now, I'm going on.
He said, say that deep dick, again. Say it again. He said, I'm right here, right now. If somebody tell you to say it again, sat down in your face. If they sat down in your face, either you getting ready to swing on him for sitting down in your face. First of all, nobody gonna stand up over me because now you got the advantage standing up over you already. But he sat down and said, say it again. Then he put the mic down. And he said, I'm right here, right now. No, he said, say that what you said, that invite me to your sausage again. Say it, invite me to your sausage again. And he didn't want to say nothing. He said, I'm right here, right now.
Do this for the internet. I'll show you I ain't doing it for the internet.
Big facts. We're gonna get to the good parts, man.
I'm from Detroit. Say something.
He said, I'm from Detroit. And Detroit got a bunch of gangsters over there now. Don't play with that, but all cities got gangsters, but all of them don't. All cities got gangsters, but they also got people that fake like they gangsters too. Everybody know that. So he can't sit here and fake this one out. He's wildin', bro. Everybody up here already said, dude is a lame, man. Status boom. Said, keep giving him this work. Never stop. Appreciate you. That's not non-stop. Facts.
Here, right now. I'm from right down. Right now, I'm going up back. I don't give a fuck about this shit. I'm doing this for the internet. I'll show you I ain't doing it for the internet.
When a man walk up to you and sit down in front of you, he's not doing it for the internet, man. He's not doing it for the internet. We're going to just dissect a lot of this bull crap this Anton dummy dude doing. I ain't feeling him, man, for real. Somebody said, stop hating on Corey. Oh, yeah, we can't never hate on Corey. I'm with you on that. That's a fact.
Because you're not going to come at me with that something again. You're not going to come at me with something again.
The mic went down. Once that mic went down, that tells me automatically what he's going to do. I don't care about him getting up talking about let's take it outside. No, that was him putting some distance in between him because he knew that's when it was getting real right there, man. Big facts. You put the mic down and he wouldn't say it again while he's right there. He said that from afar, but say it again. And he trying to make an excuse of saying that if a person say kiss, you ass kissing is equivalent to saying you sucking D. That's nowhere near that. No, there's no comparison, man. But let's finish, y'all. Look, he's getting up. He getting up. And Buster Hobie said, I bet you won't say it again. That's him getting up to get away. And he wouldn't say it again. I don't care about that. He invited him outside and all. That don't matter. You invited him outside. You did not want that smoke. It didn't start outside. It started right there. And if a person step up to you like that, that's already a threat. So you should have been swinging on Corey, but he didn't. He didn't. And on the strength of that being Corey's show is why he didn't go that route. But let's listen, y'all.
And he didn't say it again.
Facts.
That's for sure. But for some people, for some reason, that's not enough. I can tell you from Corey's vantage point, if he had said it again in that moment, it would have been a fight.
It would have been a fight. That's common sense. What everybody else that be in these comments not seeing that everybody else is seeing? What is you not seeing? If you are a person that fight, know how to fight, been in a bunch of fights, you know that when a person sit there, put that mic down, that's not one scared and the other one is scared too. No. He was giving you opportunity to say it again. Other people saying, why you got to keep saying it again? Because he explained to him the difference in saying you sucking D. And he was telling him that's dangerous. So he gave him a pass on the first one. Plus, this is his show. So why would he just automatically go step to the problem and jump on him and start fighting? He gave him a chance and broke it down to him. Why not to say it? And then homie still was talking slick. So he said, say it again while I'm sitting here now. If you really about it and you really meant what you said, that I suck deep, say it again. And he put that mic down. That's when Anton Daniels, whatever, knew that he was serious about that, man. Big facts. And he gave him a chance. So somebody, Jay, he in the chat, y'all. Jay Denvelez said he was scared. He didn't go outside. It didn't start outside, Jay Denvelez. It started right there. What you need to go outside for? When you know you got your security sitting right there in the front on top of it, wouldn't have let nothing happen. When you got outside, you wanted to start talking off camera. You didn't want people to see you get that head smacked and thrashed on camera. I don't gotta go outside if somebody tell me, say it again. And if I meant what I said, I would have either just punched him in the face or said it again, then punched him in the face. There's no reason to get up and go outside and reset. The equipment don't matter at this point at all. That's why he put that mic down and he ain't think about that equipment no more. Period.
It would have been a fight, for sure.
Big facts.
And Anton made the calculation to not do it. But he got up and walked away, saying he wanted to go outside. But in actuality, he's just really creating distance between the two of them. And also,
that's all he was doing, create distance to get away because he knew Corey was about to fire her off. Somebody said, that guy said it once and Samuel Jackson shot him in Minister's Side. That's a movie, brother. And sometimes, you know, if it was in the streets and being said under those circumstances, Corey probably would have punched him in the face off impulse then. But it's a TV show that he got. He's not going to do it just that fast. And he's going to make sure that the world see that this man said it to him again. So the world would know. So once them po-po come, or he tried to sue him, the world would have seen that the man disrespected his manhood and said it again. That's when it would have happened. So this ain't no, this is the real world. This ain't no TV stuff. And on top of it, he had to at least be some type of professional and give him and break it down to him. You don't use those words to a real man. And homie act like he wouldn't understand what he was saying. And that's why he had to get closer to him. And homie still was talking junk. And then he gave him another chance. Say it again. Walking to go outside is secondary. If you want to fight, you're going to say what you said right then and there and biting your tongue. And this man's show, and he said, say it again. So why do he care about that man equipment? He going to get it popping. If he can run his mouth like that, he getting it popping. I don't care about this equipment. And I tear all this equipment up. It ain't mine after I leave up out of here. And if I wanted to tell you to suck the sausage and all that, no, he didn't do it. Bottom line. he was scared to death, and he wanted to get up and get near that security. He knew nobody wasn't gonna let them fight if they went outside. Nah, I want to get it right here while you right here with nobody sitting in front of you, man. That's how this goes. He's stunting. He ain't want to fight, man. And then he gonna do clown talk. We're gonna let's listen, man.
Anton's security being there is not going to allow him to get beat up in a fade outside.
Facts.
In Pasadena. We'll get into that.
You know by now that this argument started and they almost came to blows because Anton Daniels said that Corey Holcomb be sucking black people's D in a conversation about holding your own people accountable. Corey Holcomb says Anton Daniels only speak badly about black people and don't address white people at all.
Right.
Anton Daniels said that Corey Holcomb only speak highly of black people and he be sucking their D. That got, Corey Holcomb very upset. Anton Daniels said,
in facts, that'll get anybody very upset. A real man, you ain't telling nobody that. Like Ron Buggs just said. In other words, he gave him a chance to rethink what he just said. Facts. I'm giving you a chance to rethink what you just said to me, boy. And due to the circumstances we on TV, a whole lot of things why he gave him a second chance. And he got closer to make sure that's what he really wanted to say to him. Because if he would have really wanted to say it to him, he would have said it. And it was over. Once he put that mic down, I know a real dude when I see one. And the way Corey talked, I don't see nothing soft about him, period. Because he talks trash about whoever he want to. And he be outside. So, and he wanted what he said, just to let him ask himself if he want a problem. Because what he said was disrespectful. And he thought quick and didn't say it again. That's a fact. He thought quick and didn't say it again, Ron Buggs. He knew what he said was out of line, but it was cool when Corey was on the other side of the table. Reality set in on Anton when Corey got there and got in his face. And reality all the way set in when he sat that mic down. And that's when he knew he better get up and get back up. Because he didn't want to look like he was a chump backing down, talking to Corey. And he was upsetting Corey the fact that he wasn't trying to understand. The point of the matter is, don't tell a man to suck your sausage, bro, or sucking any sausage, period. And once he noticed that, he know he don't want to back down talking, he gonna get up and act like, well, let's go outside, knowing that security wasn't gonna let him fight. Y'all heard what homie on here just said, man.
didn't back down. Corey Holcomb ultimately chose to be mature and not get violent with Anton Daniels during the podcast. But
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Nobody ever talks about that point.
Exactly.
A lot of people in my comments were arguing with me about my whole take on the video before, but they don't talk about the maturity it takes to not actually fire off on somebody.
Facts.
Right?
Shout out to Poetic
Anton Daniels'
Flacco, man.
actions after this podcast has made Corey Holcomb regret not being violent with Anton.
Right here. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know where Flacco's getting that information, but that's not necessarily true. I have no good authority that Corey really don't give a damn about none of this. You haven't seen Corey make one video after the incident on Tuesday.
That's what you said.
Okay.
Exactly. That's another thing. Corey ain't make no videos talking about this incident. Anton get away. Now he's up here talking about what he would have did. I invited him outside. KW5 said Anton is suspect. Is he a teether? He looks like a big old fairy. I don't know about that part, but
That was like this.
I ain't gonna disrespect him on that part.
He was holding the microphone like this. That's the honest to God on everything.
This man just said Corey's hand was shaking. And he just said that's the honest to God on everything. Come on, bro. You saying you put God in this? And I'm about to show y'all in a second. That man's hand wasn't shaking no time with that mic. And even if it was, sometimes a person shaking so bad because they ready to get to you and tear you up is why they that's called adrenaline. Adrenaline. That's like when a man cry. I know tough guys that cry because they ready to get to you and tear you up. That's what that is. That don't mean he crying because he's scared or soft. But listen to this crying.
He was shaking like a stripper, bro.
So Corey Holcomb was shaking in his boots, terrified of Anton Daniels.
Right.
Right.
Ah, you got it.
I know people don't know this, but that's what I do. I don't talk about it online. I shoot fair ones all the time.
I ain't Tom, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, like where at, man? Where at, man? We ain't heard nothing about it. You should have showed that just now in that program or that episode, or had people vouch for you. Ain't nobody vouch for you with fighting fair ones all the time. Wow, this guy's really crazy, man. For real.
Corey Holcomb, man. You know, square catch 1W, man. They start acting outside their body.
I got 3 brothers, nephews, friends. If we have a problem, we shoot a fair one. Yeah, that is that.
3 brothers, friends, and nephews. Understand this, man. Normally when friends fight, brothers fight, and he said nephews, and nephews fight. We normally fight each other, but we ain't gonna go to the all the way extent. We might even pound a little bit here and there, but we ain't gonna go all the way to the extent opposed to a person that don't really have no love for you. A person who have no love for you is gonna do, they don't care about nothing. Everything goes when you're brawling. So I don't know why he compared all of that. He should have compared something to fair ones with other people that don't got no love for you. Then I could have probably respected it more, but that sound crazy. But brothers do fight, so, you know, and friends, and be friends and brothers the next day or right after it's finished. But I get it.
That's not me being tough. I'm not tough. I'm not none of that shit. Let me.
We know you're not tough. You just showed that. You tried to slick and get away with it. Now the comments are saying, Corey ain't come outside, though. Corey ain't, so he running with that. Nah, dude, you wanted to get near that security, or you know the security got to follow you wherever you go. They wasn't going to let you fight. And I would have respected him if he said, let's go outside in front of the cameras, and my security, y'all don't break nothing up. Me and him going outside, don't break nothing up. And then I might could have believed you a little bit. But I see you utilize that let's go outside to get up and get away from him, because you didn't say it again. Because if you'd have said it again, you know what was gonna happen, bro.
Very clear. I want to be very, very clear. I want you to hear it from me directly. I would have beat the shit out of Corey.
Corey Holcomb really created a monster.
Really? Hold on. Anton, this is crazy. It's crazy that it's gotten to this point. Corey's in a lose-lose situation right there. But I guarantee you, there's a reason when boxing matches happen, they have different weight classes. Now, I'm not going to say that every big guy is automatically going to beat the smaller guy. But Corey is noticeably larger than Anton. Okay? I've seen some guys that could just lay on somebody and the fight would be over.
And that's a fact, because I'm a slim dude. And I've been fighting big dudes all my life. And they find out that the slimness is nothing weak about it, period. And I can say this publicly. I said it publicly on Queen's Flip. I used to beat big dudes up in Harlem, period. Straight like that. So size doesn't matter. But we see it in his face and in his actions. He was getting up to get away from that if he would have said it again. My thing is, if I say something to somebody and they ask me to say it again, I'm saying it again. I'm standing on it. He ain't stand on it. And the fight didn't start outside, started here, brother. Why you want to try to go outside? That doesn't make sense. That's secondary. That's like a cop trying to tell you, we're going to lock you up for resisting. And you didn't even do a crime to resist. That doesn't count. It won't stand up in court. So that, let's go outside. No, brother. I'm right here. Anybody want to fight, it's right there in your face. He supposed to, for Corey invading his space and sat in front of him like he a child, automatically he's supposed to start hooking off right there. Because in my mind, somebody sitting in front of me and come from across, that means you ready to swing on me. So I'm taking the first swing because it might be my last, period. And that's what I always did. I always swung first. I ain't waiting for nobody to swing on me, period.
I don't think Corey is letting you get off on him with multiple combos, Anton. I don't think that's I don't think that's realistic. I mean, you might have got your one shot in, and the security would have come and broke it up.
That's a fact. Bottom line, like Ron Boogs just said, and Boogs said, if I don't say it again, you didn't want to say it in the first place. That's a fact. You didn't mean what you said. And Corey was standing on what he said. You don't speak for black people, man. You always talking for the white people, man. You biased. But you ain't say, well, you D-riding, but let's
Phil
go.
would have come over. It sounded like Phil was about to jump up anyway, but he stayed on the other side. But yeah, like, I don't think that's realistic, yo.
Corey Holcomb really created a monster, bro. So the nastiest part about this all is Anton saying that he did this for Black MAGA.
Free media says thank you for standing tall for black conservative men. Oh yeah, they think that just because we Republican and we conservative that we.
Crazy how squares switch up so fast.
Now, I will agree with him. You should never underestimate anybody, especially based on their political beliefs. You know, I'm not saying that
I agree to that too.
because you're conservative that you should be able to handle yourself in any given situation. But, you know, you want to give people their credit. And honestly, I'll be frank. I would take Anton at his word that he got into a couple scraps with his peoples, and that gives him the confidence to know that he can handle himself in this situation.
Right.
As a man should be able to, right? But that's baseline.
Right. That's how we learn how to fight. Growing up, we be fighting each other. So when we outside with people like this situation that don't care about us, we might be cool and all that, but you don't care about me, so you might beat me down to a pope opposed to fighting your friends. I'm not going to beat my friend down to a pope. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell him, go ahead, see, now stop playing with me. I just showed you what it is. Somebody else going to keep pounding you out till somebody stop it. But other than that, facts. I agree with what he's speaking about right now. Period. Anton might have fought his people, but that ain't a comparison to fighting other people with fair ones.
We not going on here saying we super thug now. And the way we playing this, the way we selling this fight is that it's not going to be a good outcome for either one of them if they ever see each other again. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy how squares switch up so fast. Yo, a square will go from, I'm not a violent guy, I'm not a tough guy, man, I don't want no smoke, bro, I'm not gangster. So the moment they was able to finesse or swindle a W in the internet's eyes.
There we go. Finesse and swindle. Shout out to Poetic Flacco, man. He's saying all the right words. Finesse and swindle like he got to win because he said, come on, go outside. And Anton ain't go outside. What are you going outside for? It didn't start outside. It started right here, brother. And if you're a real fighter not going to let nobody chump him. He automatically going to start swinging. And you didn't say it again. Or either you had two choices. Say it again or start swinging on Corey because he came and invaded your space because that was a threat automatically. You didn't do neither one, brother. You got up. Real people that know about fighting and scrapping, and even if you ain't a fighter or a scrapper, I don't even see Poetic Flacco as a fighter or a scrapper. I don't know him. He looked like a humble giant. He might be, fighter or gangster. I'm just saying how I see him in front of the camera. But even he realizing what that was. You up here faking a win like you won something in front of the public eye.
School conversation, they will go from, oh, I'm not no tough guy, to language like this in a heartbeat.
Corey would have got the beat out of him.
Anton has gotten so beside himself after getting his W over Corey Holcomb that Anton is now telling.
And I don't even call this a W. This ain't no W. It's nowhere near a W. He caught a break. That's what I call this one. He caught a break that Corey didn't want to go there. He wanted to give him opportunity to say it again. He ain't say it again. That's what a real man knows. I ain't even going to take it there if he ain't say it again. And I'm going to give him a pass. And we on TV. All of the above. All of the above. It's just common sense. He was ready to go there when he dropped that mic. Once he dropped that mic, ain't no coming back from it. It's like I'm calling you out. And if now you would have said it again, what I was supposed to say? All right, well, say it one more time. If he'd have did that, then yeah, Corey, you puss. Yeah. But we already know that wasn't what it was going to be. If he would have said it again, man, it was going to go down. And he kept asking him to say it. When he asked him the first time, all right, say it again. He said, Anton said, I'm here, I'm here. No, he said, say it again. What you mean, I'm here? You wouldn't say it again. That right there showed me that he was scared. Off the gate.
People that podcasters are terrified. Look him in his eyes in person. As is, like, he's some type of boogeyman or something, man.
I'm keeping it 100, bro.
You're not keeping it 100.
Man, I knew that wasn't gonna do nothing. That was shaking like a stripper. He telling Darlene, hey, move over there. Let me get next to this.
Where?
That's for the internet.
Yo, this dude is crazy. He said the nigga was shaking like a stripper. Well, he came and approached you and sat in front of you. How was he shaking like a stripper? And the mic, they about to show it when he put the mic down in a minute, y'all. Y'all, please drop in the comments where y'all see his hand was shaking, because I didn't see none of that, man. This guy is delusional, man. For real. He's, yo, man. And I don't like calling people clowns and all that, because that ain't what this is about. But he's a clown, man. He's not real. He says on God. He said on God. Now, a man that says on God about something, and we all see it straight up lying, you ain't even to be trusted no more, brother.
That's straight up for the internet. I never moved. I sat right there, right next to him, and I continued to cook that the whole time. I was in his backyard. I'm in LA right now, in his spot with his people all around talking to that.
What are you gonna do, brother? He's in his bag. He's in his promo bag. He's in his promo bag, man. I can't be mad at him. Anton said he's gonna make $1 million off of this thing.
And you was in the backyard, but you didn't follow up, though. Now you somewhere safe and talking in a safe environment and not around him. And you always have a discussion back and forth. And yeah, but it wasn't on fighting terms until it came to fighting terms. And you did not follow up when he asked you to say it again. And it turned into a fighting dispute after that. Don't get nowhere where you sitting safe and now you having all this big lingo to talk about. But bro, you way out of line, man.
If he keeps up at this clip, because this live stream was...
Yo, Brick Z001 said OG Corey was shaking after that. It could have been anger, though. That's what I just said. You just must have got in here. That's a fact. Adrenaline. That's it. Corey was straight up, chest poked out. Say it again. And see, these are the things that we fight against. Two black men fighting and all that. But when one dude sucker moves the way this guy Anton doing it, it makes me want to say, I wish Corey would have punched him in his face. For him, even though he ain't even say it again, but he still was talking crazy or said, let's go outside. But he was professional. Ain't no need to go outside. You ain't say it again. And that's what I know. And real people recognize that he didn't say it again. And it was no need to go outside. And it didn't start outside. Let's keep saying that. It didn't start outside, brother. You just talking, man. Who was talking tough when they was there? He wasn't talking, he didn't say it again. If you said something once and you are tough, you could say it again. Why he ain't say it again? Only thing he said was, I'm here, but he didn't say it again. So he ain't tough. So that's out the window. I don't know what you talk about, Alonzo. No. Say it again. That's the type of tough people I know. They'll say it again. What? Nigga, suck my sausage, what I said. What's up? Let's get busy. I ain't got time to go outside.
Truly, while 5150 was still going on, right? He went on to his other channel at the hotel and got online and started woofing, boy. Woofing.
talking to that, let me tell you, he never coming back from this. That's what I'm telling y'all. Whenever his show ends, need to download that and never let him forget it.
He ain't coming back from what? You didn't do nothing. You got up and left, man. You got up and left, boy. You didn't do nothing, man. You ain't say it again. Anybody tell me that if I say something to somebody and they say it again, and I don't say it again, and this goes for anybody, that means I didn't want to say it the first time, but I tried to sneak it in there and get away with it. Now they check me. But if I really meant it, I'm saying it again. Who you supposed to be that I ain't going to say it again? That don't even make sense. And Alonzo said he heard him the first and second time he said it. He didn't say it no second time, and he didn't say it in the manner of how he said it the first time, if that makes sense. He ain't say it. He told him to say it again, and he ain't say it again. That's a fact. Excuse me, I had an interruption, y'all. Only thing that he was doing was comparing. When you told me about I'm kissing ass for the white people, and I'm just saying you suck D for the black. He wasn't saying it straight to him. He was making a comparison to the ass kissing and then why he said, sucking D or whatever. But that's not a comparison. He didn't straight up say it to him. He was comparing what he said and saying it was disrespectful for him to say ass kissing is why he said sucking D. But he didn't say it, you is sucking D. He was doing a comparison when he said it the second time. So he asked him to say it again the way he said it the first time. I'm saying it slow so people can understand it. He was comparing. He wasn't saying it how he said it the first time. What? Yo, you sucking D for black people. No, the second time was, you told me I'm ass kissing, so I was saying that you sucking D. He wasn't saying, yeah, you suck D. That's the difference. That's the difference. So he asked him to say it the way he said it the first time, like he meant it. Don't try to use ass kissing and sucking D as the same thing, because it's not. Ass kissing meaning you being a Uncle Tom and all that, and being the puppy, the teacher's pet. Sucking D is, man, you playing with a manhood, bro. That's totally different, and he know that. Anton Davis is not a stupid person, so he know what that means. Period. Yeah, I don't like Anton because he's a clown. But I'm just still speaking facts. I don't know Corey. I'm just speaking from what I see. I don't know Corey. I'm speaking from what I see. He ain't say suck D again. Yes, sir, you sucking D. He ain't said none of that the way he said it the first time. That don't even make sense. And Zitmo said, once Corey realized Anton wasn't going to say those infamous words again, Corey fell back. Exactly, because he on TV. Why would he do it? Once I know you ain't going to fall back, I'm going to be professional. Like Poetic Flacco said, I'm going to be professional and I'm going to fall back. I ain't interjecting with this clown. Let him say it again, though. But he didn't. And he also, Zitmo said, that's when Anton decided to play tough. Exactly. But Corey already threatened him about 5 times. He said this is a threat. That's a fact. Alonzo said Anton came with that same energy and Corey didn't like it. How he came with the same energy getting up, walking away? That don't even compare. It don't compare. Anybody that's gonna fight, they fighting right there. When a man pull, if two people ready to fight and one pull a man coat and say, "What's up?" That means it goes down right there. You don't get up and walk away. You creating space because you scared. Not only that, you creating space to go back towards your security because you know you got security that's gonna break it up. Bottom line. And Alonzo, you don't want to hear the truth. Period. You must don't like Corey, or you just a fan of Anton so hard that you don't want to see the truth. But you know, people that don't like to see the truth, you'll fall for anything. Somebody could sell you some grapes and told you that they was peanuts. Silly. If he wanted to fight, he would have never got up and the man sat in front of him straight up and down. No, and no, it didn't start outside. We don't go outside. We get it popping right here, man. We get it popping right here. Somebody talking in my face, I ain't got time to tell you let's go outside. What I care about going outside for? This ain't my spot. I'm gonna tear this spot up. And Corey gotta deal with it. So that means he ain't want to fight. He was buying, it's called buying time to get his security close to him. That's what that was. That don't mean you want to fight, brother. Ain't nobody in the world gonna ever tell me that, man. I done seen too many cats pop off 1, 2, 3. Ain't no, let's go over here. So we standing outside, we on the block, and we gonna say, all right, let's walk over here and fight. It started right here. Only time you would want to move it somewhere because you don't want police to see it, or you in a space where, you know, it'll affect old people and, you know, things of that nature. But if you're in a comfortable spot where it can go down and somebody disrespecting you, you gonna rock right there, man. All that, let's go outside. Nah, stop it, man. Stop it. That's a lie. Anton Daniels was scared to death and got up, and he was looking back as he was getting up, making sure that Corey wasn't coming behind him. I read body language, man. He was looking back as he got up, make sure he wasn't coming behind him. Scared to death.
I don't go based off. That's why I told Mika, right? Because I had Mika with me. And the reason why I brought Mika with me is because I wanted to promote her show and shit. Neither here nor there. I told Mika, I told my security, and I told somebody else. I said, I'm not doing nobody else's platform unless it's gonna be face to face. I told him I didn't want to show that. Because everybody talk a good game until you right there in front of them.
Hey, yeah. This guy's a clown, man.
That's what I'm saying now. He's about to be on a podcast tour of fades. He's just going out there. And it's funny how everybody goes to LA and I think it's part of the tourist experience now. They're like, yo, I gotta have a fade while I'm out there in LA. You know, I heard what Drake say, I heard West Coast niggas do fades, right? No. You don't have to have a fade just because you went to LA. This is ridiculous at this point, man. You know, get yourself hurt. You know, and that's the thing. Anton don't realize how lucky he was. Like, there's some people that are normally in that space that actually are with all of that. They would have set the fight up for you.
Right.
They would have made sure that things happened a certain way.
Fact.
There wouldn't have been no slipping out the back door, you know, they would have been there. And, you know, I don't know. It could have been more eventful is what I'm saying. I'm just saying. And then when Craig pulled up right after the event. He and that was a whole nother thing. He said he blocked the entrance. He want to make sure he get this conversation and nobody slips out. But
nice.
Just the timing wasn't right. That's what I'm saying, man. You better. Somebody praying for you, man. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, bro. All right, man. Yo, some people just aren't used to taking W's, man. I'm actually a fan of Anton Daniels, the content creator, because Anton Daniels, he put in a lot of hard work, and he produces a lot of content that somewhat.
And that's what I want people to understand about me too. subscribe to Anton's channel. I talk to Anton. Like, Anton's cool dude, you know what I mean? I thought this would be a good collab for the two of them. Why in the hell did it end up this way? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I guess oil and water just...
It's because Anton is arrogant. And somebody tell him something that's factual, he did not want to hear the facts of the matter. And I get it. Certain people stand on what they want to do and how they want to do it. It is what it is. But it would have still been a back and forth with two men with opinions until you said the one word. And he said he don't know how it got that far. He got that far because you invited a man that don't play with those type of rules of inviting a man to your sausage, man. That's just what that is. Corey Holcomb is a guy that, like any other person that come from the streets, is not having nobody ever tell them nothing like that. Especially when you are in the public eye and you in LA and all that, you know, that gay word friendly stuff is frequent out there. He ain't even gonna let nobody say nothing like that. So I get it.
Thanks, man.
Entertaining. I gotta click off once Anton Daniels start getting into like the shucking, the job, and the bootlicking. I gotta click off because I don't want to have a negative opinion of Anton Daniels. Feel me, bro? Like I don't really want to, you know, like hate the.
That means you know he lying, and you just said you know you like Anton Davis. So that right there shows that Poetic Flacco know that he's up here fabricating that bull crap as if he tough now and he's saying it from somewhere else.
Right, and and certain things he get into, I just can't rock with. But this new arc now of like he Suge Knight now, he should. Right, the industry don't want to see him in person because they know what's up.
Answer this question. Put it in the chat for me. If Corey would have sat in front of Suge and told him say it again, put the mic down, do y'all think Suge would have got up and said, let's go outside? Put that in the chat. And everybody knows Suge known for smacking on sight. On sight. Big stories. Y'all can Google it at any time, man. For real. Zipmo said, when a man jumps up in your face and dares you to do something, it is at that very instant a decision is made. It's fight or fight. Basic psychology, facts. Anton backed down instantly and Fate got up like he wanted to fight. Let's go outside. Facts, Zitmo. You saying everything that I'm trying to say, man.
That's what I'm saying. That gives you a bad reputation out here. Now, everybody in these podcasts you go to, if you go to Up and Smoke, you know, if you go to, they expecting this same energy now. That's what I'm saying. You set the bar very high now for every subsequent appearance on somebody else's platform, in person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's either that or don't be on anybody's platform other than your own, which I think defeats the purpose here. So I think Anton has actually benefited from, especially making appearances on like Fox News and other people's shows. You know, even having a little back and forth with the Joe Budden podcast. Each of those things kind of pushes him up a notch. I don't know if this one does the exact same thing. You know, now you have more people
push him
that
up
are
a notch over here.
Knowledgeable of who he is. They're aware of who he is.
Hold up. I got my brother in here. Q. If a man came and sat in your face after y'all yelling from back and forth across a table, came and sat in your face, and I want you to honestly, don't take my side. What would you do as a person if he say it again? Either you meant to say it or you didn't, and if you meant to say it, even if you meant to say it, what would you do?
I'll say it again if I meant to say it.
I'm just saying, what?
But I'll create space too, because you're not about to sit in my face though. I'm not about to
So
get
would you be ready to fight or you wouldn't?
Yeah, I'll be ready to fight. I'll be ready to defend myself. I'll say that. 'Cause if you sit down in my face, you say it again, that means you're ready to fight.
Right.
You're ready to do something. If I say this again, that means you're ready to fight. So I gotta prepare myself when I say this again.
So would you go outside or would you handle it right then and there?
But I'm expecting the guy I'm expecting the guy that said say it again to swing. If not, I'm gonna swing. I'm not gonna give him the opportunity.
Oh, okay.
Check out his channel if they so please. But I don't know if he actually gains anything other than the chance to do this tour of what I would have done. Yeah, man. But you gotta be careful in this because there are a lot of people out there that love Corey Holcomb.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to leave it like that. Probably some pretty serious people that love Corey Holcomb. Like that's where this gets interesting. We don't want to see Anton get hurt, but to go out here and pump this up after the fact,
Right.
and to continue to make it like even to implicate the city of Los Angeles in it, to then it draws more attention to the situation.
Big facts. This speaks of his character. That speaks of you will pump something up to make yourself look good. And you don't even care about the consequences, even though you should know of the consequences. You already know over there in LA, that's nowhere to even be playing like that. First of all. Second of all, people that got love for Corey and that is outside. You playing these games like you ain't never gonna have to go to LA again. And you speaking on it as if, yeah, I'm over in LA. I said I want to say it. Now, I don't get that being him dogging or disrespecting LA as a whole. He's still speaking of Corey because that's Corey's stomping grounds, evidently. But still, you're saying certain things about Corey, which is his own man, and was standing up for what he was standing up for. He just wanted you to say it again, and you didn't. And I'm not understanding how you go on a platform somewhere else, man, and start talking crazy as if you would have whooped on him and you would have did this. All that I would and I was, that already is a sign of a person that's not really real. That's not really about that. And want to create this is who you are type of person. That's crazy to me that you doing that. And Corey ain't came out one time because he already comfortable in his skin. I met his kind before. He know that he ain't worrying about no dude like you. You can go ahead and talk all you want to talk, man. Whenever you really ready to show you can whoop on me, hit me up. And that's why we ain't heard nothing from Corey, man. Let's go, man.
And for you to move around like you want to move around, like you need allies. That's all I'm going to say. You need allies out here to move around freely, and that's anywhere. That's anywhere you go.
Let me tell you something. Every last one of these, if they ever want to do something in person, I'm pulling up.
Oh, wow.
I told them on the phone before I even pulled up. I said, bro, I know you're going to come at me weird, but just know you're going to get the same energy.
Hey, tell me why everybody on that panel looks so disinterested. Like my man here in the corner, he really got a blank face. Like 2Ks is laying back, like listening. The ladies are kind of blank face.
Because nothing he's saying.
It just seems a little odd.
Because nothing he's saying is believable.
Not even really tripping. And Molly with a blonde wig on.
Because they don't believe him.
Death Row shirt on, ironically.
I told him straight up on the phone.
But she was mad.
That's why I bullied that on his own platform. That's the media.
This nigga said he bullied him on his own platform. You didn't get up and walk over to him and say, yeah, I said it. He got up and came over to you. How a person that comes over to the person and tell them to say it again and they didn't say it again, bully the person. What world is this guy in, man? And knowing the successful person that Anton is, we can't even call him stupid because he's not stupid. He's smart, so he know everything that he's saying now is a lie. What is he watching that we not watching? Or he's so caught up in the comments of people saying, yeah, he said come outside, that he's starting to believe his own thing, his own lies. And in his heart, he know he didn't want that smoke, man. This shows me what type of people we dealing with out here, man. These type of Anton people, man, that fabricate stuff. Like, yo, bro, you bugging. If you think that people that have a real mindset of what you did, of real reality of what you did was all a display of being tough. That was no display of being tough. That was a display of you was getting up out of the way. Cause you know he about to fire off. He done put that mic down, bro. This guy's wild right here, man. Whoa.
Let me tell you something, bro.
Anton Daniels.
He said, who my coward? I said, Dave Chappelle, you scared of Dave. I told him straight into his face on his own platform. I said, you scared. You tiptoed around in it when you reviewed his platform.
This Friday,
You're charged with the murder of your wife.
I didn't murder her.
Prove it.
This guy is not playing with a full deck. He ain't stupid. And I'm saying that sarcastically. Ron Bull said meant he didn't want smoke at all. Man, this man is wild, man. This man is, yo, I never seen nobody like him before.
Anton, what
Then again, I have.
is this? Man, I'm not worried about it. The people I got around me is different, bro. Let me tell you.
And we can't knock that. He probably do got people around him that's different. And I guarantee you, the ones that he's saying ain't different, they probably got some G's around him because Detroit ain't nothing to play with. A bunch of officials out there. Shout out to Detroit. But in their mind, they work with him or for him. They probably said, nigga, you was scared, nigga. If we wasn't here to hold you down, you probably would have been a straight up puppy, guppy. They know that he was scared. They know he was getting away and creating distance to get over near them. They know that. They know that. A real dude that's really outside, it don't matter what state you from. If you tough and you a fighter, and I don't mean a bully, meaning tough, like you ain't gonna let nobody play with you, period. If he had those type of guys around him, they knew that he didn't want no smoke. But they was there to hold him down and got his back because that's what he hired them to do. It's just real reality. But you don't try to use them and say, the guys I got around me. No, we talking about you with that fighting situation. I'm sure you hired the right dudes that's can go anywhere and ain't gonna play with nobody. So I respect you on that part. But don't be faking, bro. Like you was about that life. You not the guys that's around you. You not built like them.
The same people that he know. Y'all be thinking that, man, listen, bro, listen. Ain't nobody.
And that's the part you know too. Some of your people might know the same people he know. So to keep them off your ass when you over there, bro. So stop it, man. We don't believe you. You need more people, man. We don't believe you, Anton. Yeah.
I'm not pretending to be tough. I'm not.
Yeah, you right now, you pretending to be tough. You bugging. You pretending. You wouldn't even have to say that if you wasn't pretending to be tough. You wouldn't even have to tell nobody none of this stuff. That's the key right there. Up here doing this, what you doing right now from afar, somewhere else where you feel safe. That's pretending to be tough, bro. Like, how you ain't understanding none of that?
You are
See?
Right.
Right.
To be tough.
Wow.
You call this man a B. You call this man out of his name. You say you would have put him to sleep. You is popping it right now. I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. Anton Daniels finessed Corey Holcomb during this interaction. Anton understood his security was there. So, like, Corey Holcomb really couldn't do anything to him. He had all the security with him at Corey Holcomb's podcast. So Anton kept on saying, "Hey, bro, let's go outside. If you really want to fight, let's go outside." Anton understood the minute they hop off camera and go outside, his security is not allowing him to fight or get touched.
Facts. My whole point, man. And I said this about what, like 10 minutes ago? Period. If something happened to him and they got hired to do that, how would they get another job holding down anybody else that's a celebrity? Only way it would have to be off the record and somewhat on the record that he say, nah, y'all stand there. Now, I'd have respected him if he'd be like, yo, my security, like I said a few minutes ago, security, y'all stand down. I'm saying it on camera. Y'all ain't got to do nothing. I'm going to handle this sucker. Who you think you talking to? He ain't do none of that. So stop it, my G. I've been around the best of the best fighters, the everything. Dudes I know beat me up if I did fighting them, and I'm going to fight, though. Because I'm going to go down with my ship. Ain't nobody going to just do nothing to me. We got to fight, bro. And you know you're going to fight every day, even though I know you can beat me. I don't care. Period. But you ain't do none of that, bro. So you not believable. You up here trying to sell dreams now because you are somewhere safe. You whack for even putting this episode out. Talking about Corey, bro. You's not official. I know real official people that beat people up for real and can do it. Period. You not one of them, bro.
Exactly.
So there was no expectation of Anton being in danger, right? Because, again, it was Anton and Corey Holcomb had his staff and some dudes he rocked with there, but Anton was the only one there with security, armed security at that. So, there's very little Corey Holcomb could have done to Anton. So Anton walked in, I think, looking to mark out.
That's the point right there, too. Armed security on top of that, right? So walking outside, it was a waste of my time getting up to walk outside with you, bro, because I knew nothing wasn't going to happen. I want to get you while you're right here. So I'm going to pound you out real quick before your security get to us. And that's it. And if you really wanted to fight, you would have said it again. Or you wouldn't have said it again when he sat in your space. And that's a threat to you. Started swinging on him. You did none of that. Get it popping before the security could even get to y'all to break it up. You did none of that, bro. So you are not believable coming up here on these shows and talk about what you would have did and how many fair fights you had and all that stuff. Yeah, fair fight with people that love you, that really won't hurt you. You don't even make sense, bro. For real. And I'm only speaking because I'm a brother that been outside in them streets standing around watching fights, been in plenty fights my damn self. Period. Swing first type of dude. Facts.
Plus, it was $1 million worth of LED wall right behind them. That's a real LED wall. If you ever see The Mandalorian or any of those Star Wars shows on Disney Plus, that's what Corey Holcomb has behind him. That thing is worth $1 million, probably more, because they got it upgraded. So now we about to tear this up over U.S. the D of the black community. Really?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
But Corey stepped up, put that mic down. He wasn't thinking about the LSD. That's my point right there. He was willing to go all out. Because once he called your bluff, he couldn't go back from that. Say it again. You would have said it again. He had to react off impulse. He didn't care about that $1 million screen that was right there, bro. That says a lot right there. Right there.
I think Corey had to get close to him to actually see if he would say it again. He's like, did you really mean that? Did you really mean that? I need you to say it for me one more time. U.S. to D. And trust me, y'all have said it many, many times. Corey did say that Anton was an ass kisser. Right. He was an ass kisser. He was an ass kisser of white men. But that was part of the larger thesis he had about that he'll talk about white women and not talk about white men. So is it worth all that? Is it worth all that? Neither one of them is going to give $1 million to that business, the Coin Academy, to replace that wall. But I'm hearing Corey, they say handle your business regardless of what happens. If somebody come up in there disrespecting, it's your responsibility to take them out. So don't come back trying that stuff again. Nobody else, no copycats.
Corey Holcomb, knowing that, like there's only so far this could go. But the fact that Anton is now saying, oh, I'm not trying to be tough. Why at the same time being tough is like, bro, it's not. I don't think Anton can fool the internet into thinking he's something he's not. Because I feel like right now we all have a perception of who Anton is for the most part. And this interaction didn't really change that,
So it's either do something or leave. Because what you do is...
And you didn't do it. So which one is it? Do something or leave? Because you said come out to the back. Which one, you was going to the back or was you leaving? Or was you going to do something, fighting right then and there? See, all this is contradictory conversation that this Anton dude is having right now.
You putting the security in the situation. Now you're getting Mika in the situation, right? Now you're putting them in something and they got to respond because, it's going if they go there, they get fucked up. So it's...
I don't think Mika could handle Darlene. I'm just saying. Darlene the OG. I don't know. Mika's little, but she's in shape. I don't think she can handle Darlene OG Ortiz. The OG is there for a reason. I think Darlene was taking them top bowl classes too back in the day. So don't get Mika in.
And shout out to Darlene, man, because she was trying to diffuse the thing as a woman that holds Corey down, and she didn't want none of that to happen. But Corey told her some real stuff. Don't get in the middle of two men, which is true. But maybe she thought that she can get in it real quick and diffuse it that fast. But she listened immediately, respectfully. She listened and fell back, man. But big shouts out to her, man. We got to give her some props. Why ain't nobody giving her props? Stepping in there and trying to diffuse this between two men also, man. But Corey did tell us some real stuff. Let's go.
It go there to get fucked up. So it's either you go or you do something about it. I'm not a tough guy.
We know.
So I left. So can I ask you once it start going there and you know what I'm saying, it's just like I've already done my due diligence. I've already kicked his on his own platform. It's time to go.
You did none of the such on his platform, bro. None. He called you out and you didn't politically correct what he was saying, and you didn't give a great answer of why you do what you do towards black or white. You didn't do that. You was defensive with him, and that's why I went that route, and you got mad and tried to say something else, and you didn't know what you said by saying it that fast. You wanted to try to say something slick, and you said the wrong thing, which was inviting a man, saying a man do sausage licking, and you said it so fast you really didn't understand. And you do, I know you understand the point of inviting a man to other people's sausage, but you wanted to use something opposite of ass kissing, and it didn't go well for you. So stop it now, G. We don't believe you. We need more people, man.
So can I ask you, what was the overall goals going on the platform? Like,
He said you insinuating you was there without you. I'm not here with I just talked to my chick on the phone, literally.
Why do you think it went left to begin with?
Yeah, answer that.
Because he's used to, think because you're Republican and you're conservative or what.
No, it went left because you said the sausage thing. It has nothing to do with none of that. And you didn't answer the question of why did you really come there? What was your conversation was supposed to be about? He didn't answer that. That's what he didn't answer.
This is, I don't think he know, right? Because nobody know nobody until they actually in front of them, right?
Now, see, Anton, I don't think that's being 100% honest either. Corey had enough respect for you to even request you to be on the show.
Facts.
Like, he actually is quite aware of what's going on YouTube, a lot more aware than most people would think at his level. You know, so I think Corey probably had some respect for you, and he doesn't invite you to his show unless he does. You know, he might have had some disagreements with you, because I think he did, but he wanted to have a discussion with you because he thought maybe you all could see eye to eye at some point.
Right.
You know?
Right.
He's talked to several times about building with other youth.
See, and he has to break it down why he was invited to the show. He has to break it down. Why Anton couldn't break it down the way this guy breaking it down. Because he went in there with ego already. He didn't go in there and wanted to answer the tough questions that was being asked to him. He went in there with ego. In his mind, he's going to shut Corey down on his show. And then did a backwards comparison, man. Zez Zaliz said, I just don't like that when he stood up and invited Corey to the back. Corey stayed seated talking. It's because he didn't say it again. So there's no need. Corey already chumped him right there. Say it again. It didn't start outside. It started inside. So why do we have to go to the back? And this is, I'm speaking on as if I was Corey. This is my spot. So if you say it again, I'm going to tear everything up in here as long as the same way I'm going to tear you up right now. I don't care about that. That's how strong I believe. Don't invite me to sausage. I don't care about nothing in here. That screen is $1 million. These cameras in front of us is 5,000, 4,000, 6,000. I'm going to tear it all up by beating you up in here. I don't need to go outside. Once he didn't want to go outside, Corey maintained his professionalism. Because that means he knew that dude didn't want to fight because he didn't say it again. If you can't stand on what you said the first time, you a weak sucker. You weak. Real men stand on what they said the first time. And if they felt that they was wrong, he could have just said, you right, I apologize. It don't matter if he said it though. He wanted to make sure that he knew what he was saying when he said it. That's still being professional. This ain't in the hood, in the street. Somebody say that to you and you punch him in the mouth right off in post. That's different. This is a totally different thing. See, and a lot of people in these comments and other comments that been, talking about this situation, they got it twisted. It's a totally different thing. It's not the hood. You don't think in hood terminology, period. You still try to maintain a professional standpoint at all times. But the hood was about to come out of Corey if he would have said it again. All his professionalism is out the window. And when people would have seen it, they would have said, I understand why Corey did what he did. Because the man invited him to the sausage and said it the second time in a manner of, you heard what I said. You suck sausage for black people. The second time that he said it was a comparison that Corey told me ass kissing. He didn't say it a second time in a derogatory manner. So don't get that twisted, people, that is saying he said it twice. He didn't say it twice in that manner. But overall, that whole studio would have been tore up, and that's his studio. If he feel he gonna tear it up, he gonna tear it up. Hopefully he got insurance to get everything taken care of after it would have happened. That's that. But Anton wasn't doing nothing that displayed a sign of he wanted to get it popping, period. And you can't act like you are outside in the hood. Somebody said one time to you, and you get popped in the mouth. And even in the hood, they might say it again, man. Don't be inviting me to no sausage. Say it again. In the hood, standing right there on the corner or wherever you're at. But either or. What you gonna say? Oh, walk over here real quick. All right, come on, let's go over here. Nah, somebody in your face. Anybody in somebody's face don't handle that right then and there, that means they're scared. Bottom line, there's no ifs and buts around that. So people are all that, he invited him outside. No, and he's in a professional setting. How hard is that to even understand? That don't even sound right. And then he get up here and talk about what he was gonna do, could've. That's crazy. All that's secondary. Nah, where we from, we know we got it popping right then and there, man. Ain't no was and can talk from a distance, and ain't nobody there to defend it. Get out of here. That's corny. Anton is corny for this one.
And kind of building kind of a collective think tank of sorts, you know, and I think he thought you had a place in that, but here we are. But either way, man, I want this thing to resolve smoothly. Everybody go back to their respective corners. Let's be respectful. Let's, not talk about what would have happened because,
like I just said, would have. I respect everything homie right here is speaking about.
Situation didn't happen. And let's go on about our business, I'm not gonna lie, this really took over the news cycle. This has been, it's been a flood of videos, reactions, and, it's been a kind of a shot in the arm into a early 2026 January that's been kind of quiet.
And Corey Holcomb did not come back and make his own reaction after the fact. He didn't do none of that. He didn't try to trash Anton. This is why I'm making this reaction. Out of respect for Corey Holcomb, because he didn't make no reaction, dissing and saying Anton Daniels was scared. He knew better not to play with me. He this. He didn't do none of that. That's a sign of a real G, a real dude that already know what he would do. He ain't got to get up here and talk that talk. It speaks for itself. And for Anton to get up here and do that, that speaks for itself. It shows that you are not a real G, bro. At all. And I ain't mad at you if you didn't want to fight. I'm just mad at you if you're trying to come up here and make it look like you did want to fight and want to try to and reverse the tables and say he took a L and you didn't do none of that. For real. Obviously, Gifted said, beaches move that way. Y'all know what beaches mean. He's being respectful. Yeah, they do. They move that way. Z Zales said, I ain't on Anton's side, but even the toughest ain't fighting in nobody's house. Let's get that to neutral ground and get down. You crazy as, no disrespect. I don't even want to say you crazy as, if somebody is in my house, if I'm in somebody else's house and they sit in front of me and try to disrespect me and I know I didn't do nothing wrong and they in my face talking like that, we popping right there in their house. I didn't start it, they started it. Your house don't give you no pass to disrespect me, period. Straight like that. And that's what I said. Only thing Corey was doing was pulling his coat about what he do with white people opposed to black people. And he says like you kind of ass kissing. And his rebuttal back was saying, well, you D-Ryan. He should have said, no, you ass kissing. That wouldn't have never happened if Anton said that back. No, you ass kissing black people. But he said he tried to go the other route. Because in his mind, when he came there, he was already going to be on the defensive side to go against Corey. But he said the wrong words. You said you sucking sausage is what he said. He should have just used the same word, but he wanted to make his word sound more elevated than Corey's word. And that's not how that go. He should have just said, what? You ass kissing. You ass kissing black people. And it wouldn't have went there, because ass kissing is it's not playing with a man's manhood. When you saying a man is sucking somebody's sausage, that's playing with a man's manhood. And that's why I went there. It's just common sense, man. So that's all I'm saying. Anton went there with the wrong demeanor. He went there on challenging demeanor, which is still cool, but still know how to watch and word. Watch how you word, your things. Zella said, yeah, Anton was wrong for that. Facts. And that's all I'm speaking on. Period. Like, he too smart for that. He's not a dummy. Smart individual. Gotta give him his props. But, certain things is and you supposed to just say, yeah, you right. Before Corey even came across that table. Yeah, you right. And let me rephrase that. That sucking sausage thing. My bad. I apologize for that. But you this. He still wanted to just go on and didn't want to admit that he was wrong for saying that and just challenge what was being said. No, I don't take sides of white people. I just this or I just that. I say things about black people because of this, because of that. That's what should have just been happening. He wanted to go back and forth and say, well, you derided black people. Or sucking sausage for black people or whatever. Like, still, what does that mean, man? That means you ain't saying that he's wrong for saying that you do certain things for white people. You didn't give us a stance on why you speak of what you speak for white people. You got a defensive mode and said, if I'm doing that, you doing this. That's so high school, elementary school, kiddie-ish. What elevated this into this? That tells me that's not a sign of a tough guy either, man. That's not a sign of a tough guy. That's a sign of a person that just arrogant and don't care, and he think he can say what he wants to say out of his mouth, and then somebody call him out. He don't want to own up to what they calling out. Or he should have just defended why he takes stance for white people over black people. Or he should have said, no, I do it equal. I do black people this, white people this. He didn't give us nothing. He didn't even make that episode a good conversation and make people want to hear his standpoints. He just came in there like thought he was shutting Corey down. In his mind, he shut Corey down in his mind right now. Boy, you sound crazy, bro. Obviously Gifted said, Corey and Anton, that was an argument between Django and Stefan Django. Asked Stefan why he kisses Massa rear end so much and hate his own people. Stefan got pissed off that he was. And basically, that's what I'm saying. Anton got mad and didn't even want to answer the question right. And a person of his stature and his smarts supposed to be ready to answer the questions and give back a logical explanation of what he does. That's what a professional conversation was supposed to have been had on Corey's platform. Not no go back and say something else and then you said it, something that was derogatory. You should have just said the same thing that he said. You can't say no, you suck sausage, bro. That's crazy. Opposed to saying ass kissing. That's nowhere near violating a manhood. Period. Because ass kissing white people is men, women, all the above. So he was way out of line. He's way out of line for going somewhere where he felt safe to talk about this as if he had a win for this supposed to been fight that they would have had. And it shows that he didn't. But it shows the little kid in him. It shows his character. It shows his character. That's crazy. But yeah, man, your boy Big Boosie, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button. If y'all new up here, hit the subscribe button and please share this, man. Because this right here need to be seen. Because a lot of people got it all the way misconstrued that Anton Daniels did something that was tough or was there standing his ground. Nah, he ran over there to the security. That's what that go outside meant. And Corey Holcomb kept it professional and he ain't say it again. I ain't stressing it. You ain't say it again, I ain't gotta get mad. That speaks a lot right there. I don't even have to even revisit or, visit swinging and pounding you out because you didn't say it again. So I'm like, hey, if you ain't say it again, then that's how I'm good with that. I ain't walking outside for what? For your security to break it up? No, that don't even make sense. So yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. I'll see y'all in a minute. I'll be back.